Hi there, Virgo. All right, well, let's get started. So it's interesting. The Four of Cups in this deck, there was some offer made. Usually in the other um, traditional deck, there's a hand, this sort of cloud hand, this offer from the universe, and this big cup behind him that people often say he doesn't see. So we can say there's some sort of offer. You're just not. It's kind of like the Four of Cups to me is like someone who's just not really ever satisfied. Nothing's ever good enough. They're just kind of a negative. So that's not saying all of you are negative. That's just saying, obviously, like in something, it's just not working for you or whatever. You're just not. I think if even if you have an offer of something new and you're still like, I mean, he's just dumping it out like, nope, not good enough. So you very well, maybe you're trying to sell a house or a car or negotiate salary, and you're just like, no, that is just not good enough. So that could be some sort of energy going on. But the Four of Cups would ask you just to be careful. Um, it's almost like, okay, what would truly make you happy? Is this situation, does it have the possibility of being a happy one? Or is it just the wrong situation overall? And you may have to start looking at alternatives because I see like you feel overburdened. Although I love this because in the Ten of Wands, you see the 10 wands on someone's back and they're like hunched over. And I always say with the card, it's like you need to just throw all the wands down and realize like most of the wands are someone else's responsibility you've been carrying and just pick up the ones that are yours. And it's almost like that's what he's done. He's like, okay, this wand's definitely mine to carry, but I'm not carrying anyone's anymore. And also, this is kind of like pouring out maybe some cups or emotions, some negative emotions you've been carrying, and just being like, no, I'm not, uh, I'm not tolerating that or dealing with that anymore, and I'm letting go of some sort of resentment and baggage. Oh, I like that. That feels good. So you do have the Temperance card. This brings about right in between these two things. So by letting go of responsibilities and obligations that really aren't yours and letting go of sort of bad blood and negative energy, things become more in balance. The bottom of the deck, you have this King of Wands, and he's like this super enthusiastic, inspired, action oriented energy, which is interesting because the Seven of Cups in this deck, he's actually picked something out of one of the cups. Usually it's, oh, look at all these choices. I don't know how to make a choice. And you kind of make a choice. You're like, nope. Or a choice that's offered, you're like, nope, that's not mine. I'm going with something else. I'm going with the choice I want. He did pick all the jewels. That's okay. That's not, I'm going to focus on that. There's a strong male energy here, like because you have the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, which is Taurus, I think, with the bull, and this King of Wands. So maybe your boss, boss could be a woman, but maybe, so don't get too stuck on gender, but it's like a strong leader. So maybe you're this, maybe someone's like, hey, I want you to take this account and yeah, we're going to give you a raise, but I need you to just start working on it now. And this has happened to you before. And you're just like, when I see the new job description, I will be happy to, and it's hard because you can't always do that. You're going to have to read the room and see what you can do. But maybe you're just like, they keep doing this to me over and over again and never coming through. It's time to move on to some place where I'm respected because this just isn't working for me. You want to be somewhere where you're inspired. You want to be someone who inspires you, who doesn't expect you to carry their burdens, and doesn't sort of poison the water just with their behavior and their negativity. Definitely apply if you're looking for a job. Apply for management positions because I feel like you're like, I could be a much better manager, and being a manager is hard. So don't don't think it's all roses that like everyone's gonna all of a sudden, if you're the manager, they're gonna be like do whatever you want, because that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. Um, or maybe you're getting offered a new position, but you have to work with a different manager, and you're like, no, I like my manager. I'm not that person. That other person is a hard ass. He's just difficult, and I know his reputation, and that's why I'm being offered this. And you're like, mm-mm, nope, I'd rather not, have a couple $1,000s more a year and stay with this King of Wands who's like inspiring and motivating and fun to work for versus this sort of very strict, heavy, grounded energy. Now, if you're dating, I feel like you're not going to be super happy with the people who are coming around. You're just going to be like, nope, definitely nope, not it. No, oh my God, is there anyone normal out there? Because you're like, finally, okay, finally, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get myself out there. And then you're just like, oh God. And so don't get too discouraged. You may have to date 10 people to find one that's where you're like, okay, maybe we click, maybe we connect. But don't compromise. So the emperor's not going to compromise unless he absolutely has to. He's not going to be super accommodating. Um, just because he wants to keep the peace. And so what I'm getting at, and it's not like, okay, be difficult, start a fight, blah, 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 blah. But you don't have to accept offers. You don't have to, if you go out with 10 people and none of the 10 or you click with, then that's okay. Don't start to get like, like, oh, I'm never going to meet one. This person's okay, and sort of ignore a red flag. It's better to stick to your guns and say, no, I'm not going, and this is kind of this energy. I mean, the King of Pentacles is slow. He's not going to let someone feel rushed. He's not going to compromise things just to sort of try to speed the process along. All right. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, you've been having all this love, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe that when you really went sour. So you'd had all those exciting love readings. I remember for a while it was just like really something. But if that one that seemed great didn't work out, it's okay. Like don't stay in a situation that isn't right in your heart, and just keep plugging away. It'll work out. All right, take care. Bye.